What was I going to ask?
Okay, now he's ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lou Castro Show with your host of the most, Lou Castro. Jugo Azteca, Highland Park, California. Sounds like I'm the host, but no, I'm just a guest.
And this is Lucky Otis.
He's the parasite. I'm the host. No, we're going to give a cheer to the man. We're just testing out his phone.
Right. Happy New Year to your health, everybody.
He's behind bars. He has to roll doubles to get out or pay $50. He can't pass go. He can't collect 200. Simoleons. Remember Simoleon?
Well, I have a student named Simoleon. He's doing really good.
Simoleon mode.
His name is Simoleon, actually.
I like that.
Hey, so we're at Jugo Azteca in beautiful Highland Park. Right by where you used to live, Billy Chaffee.
Help wanted above my head. I believe that Lou Castro,
actually,
guy I know,
it says
looking for a job.
It says open. Or is it Nepo?
No, above my head.
Oh, above your head.
Yeah, Ayuda.
Oh yeah, it does. It does say go. Dude, we can quit this business, you know.
Speaking of quitting monkey business, we were going to talk about something, and I was inspired to say, "Let me see your phone." And we set it up on this newspaper stand out here.
Right. So,
anyways,
all the news that's fit to print while we interview each other.
People think we're talking to the newspaper stand as they're walking by, and it's true, we are.
But what we're really talking about is what was his name in the Jimmy Stewart movie?
Oh, the Jimmy Smith movie was
Well, the
great.
Jimmy Smith movie was great.
It's a wonderful organ. I mean, that'd be, what about Jimmy Smith? Jimmy Smith used to come to my grandfather John Otis' house at the church. Actually, I saw him play the church.
All those guys knew each other, yeah.
Yeah, he was out in St. Ferdinand out there in the valley. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, he was rocking the fourth string, as they say. I just think that...
Leroy Vinegar probably came by your dad.
I heard you did a gig with Salt and Pepper. Salt, Pepper, and Vinegar.
That's right, man.
Anyways, what about him?
He was a great bass player.
Whoa, yeah.
Guy. Supposedly Dave Holland owns Leroy Vinegar's old bass. It's got a small... Anyway.
He gave a lot of policemen jobs, running in the alleys, chasing him. And you got to get this Leroy Vinegar guy. Leroy Vinegar, dun dun. That's a very, classic name, I think.
Okay.
This is great. Saturday, hanging. I got the super green. He got the...
I got the banana with almond milk.
There you go. Almond
milk, and we're across the street from the Super 8.
I don't know if Lou Castro knows this, but there are people in the world who call them almonds. We got some almonds out there on the trees. They're doing really good this year.
Almonds, right.
So what does that mean? They're going to Palm Springs?
Palm Springs.
Actually, going to Palm Springs with Pam, that's a whole other can of worms in itself. So here we are. Well, let's just tell them we're on...
you can meet up with Bob Gross and Cal David.
We're on York Avenue right now. I call it Dork Avenue because of all the hipsters, but there's a really cool car behind us. I'm not going to turn the phone around and show you because...
Well, a lot of musicians still live in this neighborhood, too.
Yeah, because they don't have cars like that. They can't get out of it.
All the expats from Silver Lake moved over here.
Expats. They all go down to, as you say, the record store. There's actually a club that I used to play at all the time. And they closed down and turned it into a hipster extension of things.
Which hipster extension?
It's a record shop on this road or something like that. Right. And then they bought another thing because what money does is it turns it into, let's make it nice. Kind of like Bob Ross, the painter, rest in peace. You know how he...
Oh, it's like they tell you don't ever clean the instrument because you'll remove all the funk.
The funk. So speaking of, if you have a Bob Ross situation where you want to put a tree or a cloud or a bird or something like that, you want to put that stuff in the painting. What you do is, in the neighborhood sense of things, I think certain people don't even understand what gentrification is because what happens is a social demographic comes into play that excludes all the cats, possibly, so what we have to do is be mindful of that and keep everyone working. That's one thing that my grandfather Johnny did, and when Lou Castro gets his 401k back, that's what he's going to do. He's gonna hire a bunch of cats
I
out the
think
parking lot of some hardware
got,
store.
I think you got to understand though that a lot of people grew up in a time where America took care of its citizens, or most of them. That's what they said. Now we know that to be bullshit too. But what I'm saying, if you grew up,
You just turned this to a rated R interview, didn't you?
No. But what I'm trying to say is,
I thought you were gonna say bull pucky and save us from
Yeah, well, it is bull.
not getting kicked off the kids network. Okay,
No. If you grew up in a white middle class existence,
You just put us back on the kids network when you said that.
you didn't know that, you didn't realize that shit existed.
Correct. I
Okay,
think
where we were, I can say for myself personally, I was ignorant of that situation.
I can rewind tape, and everyone who was afflicted or affected by it, in any way, or someone they know, you can say they weren't as oblivious or weren't as bubbled, because we have to understand, like, when you look at ancestral trees, and especially we always talk about him because
Let me put it to you
The
this way.
Sicilian
My
connection.
parents were very, very protective.
I can tell by the way he's putting his hand in my face. It's like, no,
I didn't mean to
Lou,
break the
don't,
vibe, man.
Don't.
Didn't mean to break the vibe.
Yeah, but slap it in the face.
Okay. Boom. So anyway, you were saying
Yeah, you gotta get your
the good stuff. The
got to get your goodies on before 11, and then come home and then be a sheep herder the next morning. No, he comes from a family of bankers. In fact, they're going to take over the world after whoever's taking over the world right now. Watch, he's going to be that movie where, like, the last seed, and then that kid is going to grow up and it's gonna,
no.
Oh, there's already grown up. That's right.
We weren't bankers. No, I
Oh, they weren't bankers. They were spankers.
None of that preceding conversation was true.
You spanked the bank.
So
That's what
anyway,
he did. Spank the bank. I like that.
Spank the banks. They should be spanked.
Spank the baker.
They probably like it.
The whole advantage of being the monopoly banker is when no one was looking, right? What would happen? I didn't like doing that, but I will tell you this: if a $500 bill blew in from the window into my, and I didn't notice it, I would just spend it. But if I knew it, that's where it comes into play, and the old guilt trip on yourself. You ever had a $500 bill blow into your, just right under the board on your side?
No.
Into the pile of
No.
500s.
No.
Into the pile of 500s. Remember that?
A pile of 500?
Yeah, you know how you have them all stacked neatly next to the 100s, next to the 50s, next to the 20s?
Yeah, never. You know what? I don't even think I've seen a $500 bill.
I can tell you he's never seen a $500 bill. You know how I know? Because he told me a long time ago, which is about 5 seconds.
About 5 seconds, yeah.
We go way back. No, I've never seen a $500 bill. What about a $1,000 bill?
I've seen a $1,000 bill.
What I love is these green walls. They kind of remind me of the padded cells back home. As soon as I hear a siren, I'll tell you that's my ride. That should be the end of the show, with the credits rolling.
Because we're
head down.
gonna take it
Back
past.
seat.
We're gonna take it to the path of point of no return.
So
And not like the Kansas turn.
let's do a double interview real quick. I say let's do a quid pro quo
Let's
of
double the interview.
yeah. Let's do that like this. If I have an interesting question about something, I'll ask him, and then he asks me the same question.
Or I can ask
then-
you something
then-
totally different and really totally break the
And then the next round. Actually, he can start first. If you want to start first, you want me to start first. Should we flip a coin? Should we flip a short person walking by?
Yeah, wait a minute.
They'll probably try to flip us.
Wait a minute.
That's when you know he's a Sicilian banker. He went for the 50-cent piece in his pocket and disregarded all the pennies and nickels. And
Well, which one do you
dimes.
want?
I want that one. I want the double-headed one. Or the two tails never fail.
Wait a minute, look.
Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute.
I feel like Dick Gregory with his
Hey,
juice.
what year is it?
When you look on social media and you see his last videos, he was drinking this every time.
Tell us the year. What's the year on the coin?
Oh, I see. Let's put it in the light. Oh,
Yes.
I win. 94.
Okay, what were you doing in '94?
Question. Good. Oh, you did say heads when it fell. Damn, he's really on top of it. Okay, so 94. I will tell you this. My grandfather, Johnny, opened a cabaret.
And where was it at?
It was in Northern California, wine country.
It's
Sonoma County, California.
where in wine country?
And a town called Sebastopol, named
Okay.
after Sebastopol on the Black Sea. When you look at the Black Sea, it's right at the top there, in the northern shore.
We're talking about it was in Sebastopol, in California, right? In the wine country.
Yeah.
Okay, how long did he have it?
I'm smiling at cool dogs walking by. Okay, Sebastopol in '94, he opened this thing, and it lasted, 93, 94, 95, whatnot. I think we started in '92. We started trying to work on it. My point is this: it was called the Johnny Otis Cabaret, and it was great because I know. Well, this is my experience with it. It was in a small mini mall. I also had another job too at a video store, which I'll get to in a minute. So my week consisted of 6 a.m., 6:30, and getting off at 4 p.m. and walking
From the video store gig.
No, from the deli cabaret.
Okay, from the
because
deli.
we had an
okay.
espresso machine.
Okay.
And I learned how to make awesome drinks and all that stuff.
And learn how to
cream.
keep the place stocked and keeping ahead of your customer base.
Oh yeah, now I know why those people had those red marks on them from getting too close to the coffee maker. So my point is, we would make them. I had my own morning crowd. I had some friends, and then I would just put on a CD or something and play it. So the whole time that I started, I was the day manager, and my homie B was the night manager. One of my only friends to this day that I really truly hang with, lives up north still. So shout out to B. But I was the morning manager, he was the night manager, and we both had different duties. But during the week I'd work, and then 7 to 4 realistically. I would prepare to open at 7, open it, if there are people scraggling, I'd open early. So 4 to 10, I'd go to the video store. So I'd work long hours, and I'd go sleep. I lived up in the schoolhouse up in the Forestville school place. Long story short, I played on the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, the sold out shows. 2 of them, 8 and 10 p.m. Lines around the.
So you do one show, clear out the house, and bring in another audience, right?
Yeah.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And cool people you let stay in. What can you do for me?
Well,
After the show, wink, wink. So no, during the show we had some
they
fun
need
there.
to have a place for me to stay.
Oh my gosh, I'll tell you a crazy story. Besides Tower Power's baritone sax coming and saying that Johnny was one of his favorite artists of all time, I remember keep looking out in the audience and I saw Kupka. I said, oh, there he is. Because you can see him sitting there with his lady, and it was like, wow. So shout out to Tower Power. One of the founding members has passed, I know that. So as time goes on, we stay.
Well, it was Nick Gillette,
Yeah, we stay
the
moving.
trumpet player.
Yeah.
He hadn't been in the band for a long time.
He passed on the same day as my grandfather, Johnny, the 17th of January, but that was 2012. And Etta just passed January 20th, so if anyone wants to know that we're nearing the end of January, this is Happy Chinese New Year. We're sitting here at an Aztec juice bar, so we like to mix it up. And then later I'm going to do a dumpling run.
And we want to send greetings out to our friend. We want to send prayers out to our friend Juan Aldrin, who lives in the neighborhood. I know.
Cool.
He had an accident on his bike, and we just want to give our prayers to him. What a beautiful cat. I've only met him a couple times, but he's always been super cool.
Wow.
And he even let me play his bass. I don't know if he does that with everybody, but he did it for me. But just a super nice guy.
He doesn't even let himself play his bass.
And we just want to send our prayers out to him.
Yeah.
Juan, get well, buddy. We love you. And we love your artistry.
Bass player, yeah.
Absolutely.
Electric.
He plays a short string electric, and he plays with like Mars Volta.
Oh yeah, cool.
And
So he's played with some fascinating.
well, yeah,
characters.
he's a great guy. I think
They're very energetic.
I think he was in that band Racer X. Okay, but anyway,
Racer X.
yeah, from the '80s.
Yeah, was Shredman.
Right. But anyway,
Awesome.
Just a super nice guy.
Oh yeah, we're starting to connect the hub from around the back.
I think Paul Gilbert was in Racer X.
Of course.
Right. So, anyway,
Now, what's inspiring is, one more thing. we used to get on the radio on Saturday morning. So in between Friday nights and Saturday nights, I'd be off Sundays. I didn't have to do anything Sundays, so that would be my day. But Saturday mornings, we were on KPFA in Berkeley, and it was just nearing the time.
This was all happening in 1994.
Yeah, and we were the business of the year in the county. My grandfather got the certificate. The mayor of the town and all the council people, they were all Green Party members. I remember that. It was a very interesting time where it was the only city in the country besides Arcata, California, and Humboldt County, which is really up north, that had a Green Party majority in the council, which was rare at the time. Now it's, you never know what you're getting. You know, I'm not going to say anything because it might affect everyone's political beliefs about everything and shake everything up emotionally. So
follow the money.
I'll tell you what. If you don't do that, then you're not listening to Sicilian bankers.
No. Just remember all. Anyway.
I do think this though, that I'm going to ask him. 94. Well,
that was the year of the big earthquake here, and the Loma Prieta earthquake.
Okay, here's what happened. To tell you how crazy this thing was, we played one night, and
are we done, Jugo?
I think it was a Friday night, and after the second show, which was around quarter to midnight.
Right.
You know,
Bronx Sales number
my grandfather
one.
had this thing, this kind of routine he did, so we knew when the last song was coming.
It's hovering
So,
around
okay,
the
we're
top
almost out of here. We can
rotates,
take
you know,
a break
all
and
the time.
go wherever.
Yeah, I can never not watch it until just feel like
before that there was this.
so good.
I was going out with this girl that worked there.
Right.
I actually went out with a few of them, but this was one of them. And
I mean, there's like
she was
guilty
walking
pleasure
across.
favorites.
She was walking across. What are you doing? Don't move anything.
I'm bringing it in.
I don't know, man.
Don't worry about
It's a rotating
that.
cast.
Stop moving.
It's also, it's a rotating cast.
There could
Don't
be
worry
like
about people
maybe
talking.
top 5
you know.
comedy.
This yakety yak, and don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
talk back. But that was our little commercial break. Whatever they said.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
Brought to
free
you
plug.
by.
Yeah. So
Brought to you by Super A.
So long story short, I'm playing, and this doctor or something comes up in a limo, and like I said, my friend, my night manager B, also a bandmate of mine, he was at the door. He would work the door. So he and I just staring across the room, going, you know, what's up? You know, we'll hang after. Pretty much, you know, he's my roommate too, so it was like family. Long story short, this doctor rolls up in a limo with these crazy women, like a clown car, but with women like coming out, like, you know, attractive ones. Long story short, my girlfriend at the time was across the way on a waitress break.
Okay.
My grandfather said on Willie and the Hand Jive, bass solo, right after the drum solo. That was part of the routine. So I said, oh, I have a long chord, so I'm gonna walk over there and down, and then start doing this funk. You know, I had a fretless bass, 4-string, something like that. Whatever I had a 5 or 6. I had all this stuff. But at the time, she was like looking over, and instantly one of these chicks came from the audience and started showing me what, you know, her appreciation for the music, as they call it in college. Music appreciation was taken to a new level. She started freaking me, and the next thing you know, like her front side, her body was muting the strings. So I was going down, and I was like, oh, I just invented slap in Sebastopol. What's funny is Les Claypool from Primus used to come watch us. My friend B would say, hey, Les was here. I said, oh, Les from Primus, yeah. What do you say? He says, man, he digs it. He was going like this. He lived right up the street. So Tom Waits lived up the street. He would come to the video store, and I would tell him, oh, it's gonna be, you know, a couple bucks, and he'd throw like $50 of like crumpled up 1s and 5s, and he had an assumed name in the computer. It was awesome. You know, it was a small little town. It was fun. I felt like I ran it a lot, you know. But
he lived in Whittier for a while.
I believe it. Oh, Whittier.
Another place I grew up. Yeah.
That's something I wouldn't have admitted on national or international podcast.
But since we're homegrown and local,
there is help wanted. So, what were you doing in '94? You know, elaborate.
In '94. Let's see. In '94, I had just moved into a condominium I had moved into the Cahuenga Hills tennis condominiums with my then wife. And it was kind of wild and crazy. It was cool. You know.
Did you do the whole wearing white thing? In the bandana or the sweatband? And the...
No, I did not do that. Didn't do that. Never went there. The whole pseudo biker thing.
No. The tennis pro thing.
The tennis pro kind of thing. No.
Or like Agassi, like long hair and like.
No, although I did see him play one time in Newport Beach.
Black and pastel.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
So the tennis was a front.
It was the Cahuenga Hills tennis condominium.
So making loud noise and.
They were cost-effective condos. So anyway.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so Cahuenga Hills.
Yeah, we were
tennis condominium.
Yeah, we were against.
Then wife. Go.
We were against the hill.
Oh, cool.
And I was going on the road. I had a steady gig at a place called the Captain's Cabin. People used to come there and jam all the time.
It's a sea brothel over in Wilmington.
It was actually across from FM station, Filthy McMaster's.
Okay, now where is that? So
that's at Burbank and Sherman Way. No. Excuse me. That's at Burbank. And it's going up north to be Laurel Canyon.
Close enough.
Something like that. Anyway, it might be violent. Anyway.
Burbank, he knows that much.
Yeah.
It's on Burbank.
No. It was actually in North Hollywood.
No, on the Burbank the street.
Yeah, but it was on Burbank.
Okay, so what day of the week did you play there?
We played there every Thursday night. And we had the drummer from the Nash, Tom Mooney, and my friend Ed Tree and Randy Mitchell. And so people started coming around to sit in. Delaney Bramlett used to come by. We used to have Lukather and Landau and Slash would come by. In fact, sometimes nights we'd put all three of them on stage. Let's just say that everybody was having a very, very, very good time. And
actually, that sounds like a very interesting law firm.
Yeah.
Look at their Landau and Slash.
Yeah, well, no, it would be Lukather, Landau, and Hudson.
Yeah, I know. Or would it be Landau, Lukather? It depends on.
Or it'd be Hudson, Landau, and Lukather.
Alphabetically speaking, but I just have a feeling that Hudson wouldn't mind. He's like, whatever, man. Just let me solo for 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Let my hair down with a big top hat on. And
Yeah.
No shirt.
Yeah.
Sweating profusely with an old leather vest on. So 94 was around that time.
Yeah. So
when Slash was super huge. Literally.
Well, he's still super huge.
Well, at that time he was super huge because if you're a huge act and you have a huge album like the first album, it's still huge. It's still selling. So he'll always be huge like that.
I think he was a little bit freer to move around.
But that was the era of like, wait, they came out with this album. It's not as. A lot of people did, some people go, well, I like it, but
I think he had
not many people really
I think he had a lot more freedom of movement back then. But anyway, he used to come in.
I don't care if you're cramped up and uncomfortable.
And Luke, they're doing the Toto thing at the time.
Luke was in Toto.
Yes, they didn't really have too many. To me, I don't remember too many memorable hits from the '90s, so to speak. So they were doing a lot of the older stuff. But I bet you had some really new, cool songs.
I think the biggest thing that happened in the '90s, of course, was when Nirvana hit. That kind of changed the landscape. Let's face it.
Certain eras. Certain
it was
things
there was certain music that was
the whole BPM movement, the whole look thing, the image, the whole.
Well,
if you're at the tail end of the beginning of the next era, you're ahead of the game.
You're talking the whole video age was coming to fruition, and then you're a year or two away from Napster, where it goes completely digital and.
So we're gonna redo that, a spoof on the Buggles. We're gonna call it Radio. Just totally annihilated the video star. You know what I mean? Because I listen to radio way more than I watch TV these days. Because I'm driving around, I hit the radio. I want to know who's winning the games and
Or who's cheating at it.
So in '94, what was your most memorable thing? So we can get off this '94 thing.
Oh yeah, we need to get off this '94 thing.
Because I just got off '94 thing.
You know. Other than that, it was pretty. You know.
Yeah.
Just gigging, writing, creating.
Okay.
You know, going to the desert, hanging out with my brother.
Okay, what about maybe one memorable thing, like Slash ate his guitar pick at one of the gigs, or from '94? Do you remember anything from that era? Captain's Cabin?
we would definitely go. We would definitely go hang out at different places together. And
Was there
play
one
pool.
you remember after? And
Nah, nothing really. You know.
nothing like look at me swallow this whole bottle of Jack, including the bottle.
No. When you start to get into the twisted shit.
Boring.
Yeah.
Come on now, come on.
No.
And no tennis scores. He didn't you know,
I'm not
decimate anyone on the court.
I'm not the guy that's going to sit there and wait for the really crazy part of the evening to happen.
You know, it'd be really messed up if he's the kind of guy that said service and then threw the ball up and like wasted you. That would be messed up. Because that's like really old school. So I'm thinking, you know, fast forward basically.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
No, I mean you have. I mean literally that's a quarter of a century. You know, literally.
That is, yeah. This
Yeah,
is
and now we're here.
Yeah, we're in 2020. That's right.
I've never heard that.
20
2020, like the vision.
Yeah, 2020, baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's crazy when you think about it. 26 years.
Well, the way I look at it is this. What's the ultimate resolutions that has stood firm for you? And then I'll answer the question after you answer.
Listen more, talk less.
And now 3.5 minutes of silence. We only have that much more time on the show because it's a
what's
commercial-free
the composer that's
half
got that
hour
song called
of
Silence?
nuttiness in front of the Jugo Azteca, which we're plugging. What?
Who's the composer that has the song called Silence, and it's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence?
He's gonna move to Highland Park today. He's going around looking for. He's gonna sell his house back in wherever he lives. Rancho Cucamonga or where are you at? The canals? I forget where he lives.
No.
I'm just kidding. Don't. It's undisclosed.
No.
Sicilian bankers don't mention what village they're from.
I'm in Lake Balboa, aka Van Nuys.
Oh, okay. Shout out to
Yeah, that's why it only
the
took.
folks over there.
That's why it only took
LP.
me. That's why it only took me an hour to get here. Sorry. No, you know, I should have gone the back way, and I went the front way by force of habit.
Well, this juice is
I
amazing.
should have taken the 118 to the 2.
Don't ever do that. Just take the streets and just hit green lights the whole time.
Oh, you're talking surface streets. I had an aunt like that. She would never take the freeway.
I
We'd
know
be going to the desert, and she would take Route 66
every
all
aunt
the way out.
every aunt I know, every aunt has been like that because I've never seen an ant on the freeway. Oh, good one.
Well, yeah.
I'm talking about insects, people.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
So-
totally got it.
I hear. Well, look.
That was
My
pretty
New Year's
novel.
resolution is I don't chase anybody. Before I would call people a lot. What are you doing? What's going on?
Like you did
I
a
would
couple
make.
hours ago.
No. I didn't chase because he had hit me up. So it was the returning. Plus, he was the first one to hit me in the Western New Year, I'll call it, or whatever you Prime Meridian. What we call the Gregorian New Year, as opposed to
No,
today.
that was the chant.
Today's the Chinese New Year. Year of the Rat,
Right, you're the rat.
the beginning of the zodiac.
Yeah. Now, which animal are you?
I'm the 13th sign. Year of the Cat.
You're the year of the cat.
I'm also the 13th sign of the zodiac. Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer.
I'm a
It's
rabbit.
on the paramedic patch right
Yeah,
here.
I'm a rabbit,
And
so
on
that
the
must be
ambulance.
why I like that.
Oh. This is the man right here. Blue Castro, Sicilian handshake, get it done. We have a half a minute, and then I'm gonna call it a day and a half. But like I said, Blue Castro's show is 30 minutes of madness coming at you, and just breaking down 1994 and
Wait a
a
minute.
quarter of a century later.
Or weren't we going to go to another year? We're saving that for next
Now,
week.
no, you already mentioned your New Year's res, and we both got our questions in. So now we have 15 seconds, and we're gonna keep it timely.
We're going to keep it real.
Got any sponsors?
Hey,
Yourself?
Billy Chaffee, my wife. Hey, Mary. And blessings to everybody out there.
Yeah, baby.
Let's make it a great year.